Hey everybody, thanks for showing up today. We're going to be working static choke from the side. That means there is no push, no pull. It's a static in one spot type of choke. Two hands wrapped around your throat, which is very common for domestic disputes and sexual assault. So it's something that I highly recommend that you learn, especially if you're female. Now the two-hand choke aren't as common for male as they are for female, but they're common for either or. It's not gender specific. So we teach these techniques to men as well as women. If I do a women's seminar, I'm covering a lot of two-hand chokes because it's very common for women to get attacked in that fashion. But anyway, so when this attack comes in, hands around my throat here. So the hands are cutting off my air supply and potentially blood supply here with the thumbs as well. These hands, depending on about how long their fingers are or how big their hands are, may not even wrap enough to cut off the blood supply here. So there's a potential that I have plenty of time here to complete this technique without worrying about passing out from them squeezing too hard. So when they're choking, I'm ripping by coming across the top, elbows rising in a hooking motion. So my fingers are hooked, wrist is bent back, thumb is pressed in, fingers are pressed together, and I'm making contact with my body on the other side of the hand to make sure I clear that hand. And as I clear that hand, I'm ripping across my shoulder line and controlling right here. So I'm controlling on my shoulder, not controlling in my armpit or ripping it completely off my hand. I want to stay in control of that hand so they can't hit me with it. So I'm coming across here, making contact, ripping to here. Okay, now I am doing something else as I'm doing that rip. I'm also basing out, so I'm trying to establish a solid base in case they start to shove me. So as I go for this rip, I'm also basing out by bringing my feet off the ground. My feet are going to start turning out this direction, drop my center of gravity here, which makes me more stable side to side. So you'll see when I rip, I'm actually doing all that at one time. And by doing that as well, I'm also taking myself offline for that headbutt. Because if I'm ripping this choke here, this direction, there's a potential I'm going to yank them into me. By me dropping base, I'm dropping myself outside of that line by dropping down, and I'm putting myself closer to that target, which the groin is going to be my next target. So as I'm ripping here, I'm also loading with this hand here, getting ready for the groin kick. So this hand is coming across for the rip, this hand is coming across for the groin slap, and they happen simultaneous. So I'm going here to here. So by the time I'm ripping this hand, I should already be making contact to the groin. So I'm going from here to here. And I'm hitting and recoiling, just like if I'm delivering a punch, I'm recoiling, I'm not reaching out and just extending it. So I'm not going to reach and hit and leave my hand down there on the groin, because that whipping motion is what creates the power. So I'm coming out with a loose wrist here, up underneath like this right here. Okay, so I'm not hammer punching their groin. I'm actually coming between their legs here, and it's a whipping motion here with my wrist. Okay, contact point is going to be the top of my hand. So I'm ripping here, dropping base, and slapping to the groin. Now when I slap to the groin, I'm recoiling back here because I'm setting up for my next strike, which is going to be an elbow up to the chin. If I hit the person in the groin, and I've also yanked here, I probably pull the chin forward here, which exposes the chin and sets me up for a strike to the chin, coming up for a rising elbow. So as I'm coming up for that elbow, I'm keeping my palm flat, and I'm bringing my hand right along my body line here, which should put me straight on his center line, right in line with that chin. Okay, so I'm not coming in a circular motion this direction here, I'm coming straight up. And I'm leaning slightly this direction to allow that elbow to rise past the chest. If I don't lean, then I may connect with the chest here. Okay, so I want to make sure I lean it slightly, but not too far to where I miss the chin completely. So it's just a slight movement out. So I'm ripping here, dropping base, hitting to the groin, and reloading here, coming up. And at this point, I'm looking at my target, so my eyes are on target here, making contact with the chin. Now my next target is going to be a low-lying kick, like we do in all of our training. I'm going to clear this hand here, advancing out in line with that foot so I can get that low-lying kick to the knee, loading and striking horizontal weapon against a vertical target, making contact right above the kneecap with the center of my foot here. Almost like a stomp kick. So I want to curl my feet back, my toes back, and making contact with the heel. So I'm ripping, loading, One move. Bring that back. I'm coming up here, making contact, stepping out in line with that foot. And as I'm stepping out in line with the foot, I'm also loading. This really should be one move. I should be loaded by the time that foot connects. I should already be loaded. So I don't want to go 1, 2, 3. That's too long. I want to go from here to here. That way, by the time that foot makes contact, I should already be going out for my next target. Now, if for whatever reason on this struggle and my initial strikes, that foot moved backwards, this is why it's key that I need to keep eyes on target. So my eyes are on target here, but as I start to advance out, my eyes are starting to graduate out this direction so I can see where I'm jumping. I'm not jumping into a hole or I'm landing on top of a beer can and then it's sliding out from under me and sending me to the ground. I need to see where I'm going. So my eyes gravitate this direction here, but the second my feet are making contact, my eyes are going back to target. And I need to see where that particular target is because I may have to alter in the last moments to a different type of area of strike. So if he moved that leg back and I was jumping out to here, and as he moved the leg back, I may have to go high and then take off, but I'm still delivering a strike. I just need to make those fine adjustments based upon where my target went. So keep that in mind. I'm always, eyes are on target. Even when I'm here ripping, as I'm ripping this choke, my eyes are going down to target. Boom, my eyes are coming up to target. My eyes are going out here where I'm stepping and then going back to target again, and then I'm taking off. And like with every other one of our techniques, whatever leg I'm kicking with is a leg that I'm lunging with, which is going to allow me to create distance. So as I'm coming out here and kicking, this leg here that I kicked with is going to lunge, which is going to help me create distance, versus I'm kicking, letting that foot land here, and then turning to run, which is too long. Okay, well, thank you for showing up today. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please be sure and give us a thumbs up. Share that video if you can think of anybody who might need that video. And also be sure and subscribe. That way you're getting all the new videos as they're coming out. I wish you a wonderful day and be safe out there.